All right, so we're just going to jump straight into this. This is the exact process that helped me rebuild my body, my confidence, and help me feel like myself again. So, when I lost the one thing that defined me, that was my entire identity, and I played it growing up. I played baseball since I was 4 years old. It was my entire life. I wanted to play professional. I was very close to getting that Division 1 offer that I wanted, but I ended up getting hurt, lost it all, and I felt super lost in life, and I didn't recognize myself when I looked in the mirror. I would sit there and tell myself every single Monday, I'm going to start going back to the gym. I'm going to fix myself. I felt like I was just losing myself. And I was trying to go into training because I was so used to having a structured program given to us by the team that I was lost on my own. And I didn't have no real plan. And I was going hard, but I didn't have anything to show for it. And I was telling myself for a long time that I was gonna get it, but I just felt like I was in this never ending cycle of switching my workout program every 3 weeks or trying to be so strict with my diet to the point where it was just leading to a mental burnout. And I was saying no to going to dinners with friends and hanging out with friends because I wasn't confident in myself anymore. And I was just feeling very small compared to the person that I knew I could be. And that's when I started making a change. And that's why I'm here to help you, because now I am strong, lean, and the most confident I have ever been in my life. And I'm not just doing it for a sport anymore. I'm actually doing it for myself, for my future, and I get to eat the foods that I love with zero restriction, feeling zero guilt. I travel, I have a good time, and I enjoy life now because fitness created that freedom for me. And now I can walk into any room with confidence, and this is what we're going to get you to. We're going to get you to the most confident you have ever been, to the point where you can just walk into any room and people respect you just based off your physique, off of the way you handle yourself, and it'll just be overall better outside of the gym. And the person your family, your friends, and you can recognize again, and you can feel comfortable around those people. And it's just a simple routine that fits around your life. It's not a crazy schedule because you are already busy. You probably go to school. You probably are a husband or a wife. You probably have kids. You have a full-time job. There's no need to be living in the gym. And that's what this is, like, entire program is based upon, that you will better your entire life, and it's not just about the gym. So first, you got to identify the problem. For example, I was doing endless cardio, thinking it was going to build the shape that I wanted, but it never did. I was grinding very hard, going to the gym every single day, actually, 7 days out the week, but I was still not achieving the physique that I wanted or the confidence that I wanted, because it was also leading to a mental burnout because it wasn't realistic. I was trying to eat clean 100%. I stopped eating the foods that I loved the most. I stopped going to dinners with friends. And it was just taking away from my life rather than giving me more freedom. And it was just felt like a punishment every single time. And every single time I would tell myself I'm starting Monday. By the time it hit Wednesday, I was done. I was back into my old habits. And for years, you tell yourself the same thing, that you just need to go harder. And you did. You started eating clean. You did the cardio. You stayed consistent. But every time you looked in the mirror, you never saw progress. And you never understood what the actual problem is. But the problem isn't the working out or the staying consistent, whatever the case may be. It's the proper structure. Because you could never make the program last long enough for you to see the change. You didn't do the correct phases. And it's not that you didn't care, because you do care. Obviously, you care if you're watching this video, if you're about to get on this call with me. And every time you promised yourself that you were going to start and you didn't, you broke that trust with yourself, and it just put you deeper into that hole that you are currently in. And I too was also in that hole, and I used to bash myself, and it was just a whole bad situation in general. But you start losing the confidence in yourself, and you start telling yourself that maybe it's not for you, and don't believe that. I'm telling you, we are going to get you the most confident you've ever been and elevate your entire life. But this is what's actually happening. You also can't build a body you're proud of while you're still at war with the person in the mirror. If you are still doing the same bad habits that you were before, and you're trying to better yourself but not killing those bad habits, it's going to be very hard to see any progress, because you're still living in that life that you were before, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is the problem. We just went over this, and it's not the body that's the problem. It's the self-perception that's the problem. Your mind is playing tricks on you, and you keep falling back into those habits that are causing you to think that you can't achieve this. And then that led to you stopping trusting in yourself. You don't trust your own decisions. Every plan feels like a coin flip, and you just constantly are changing the plan around, and it's very hard to catch any progress when you're restarting every single time. And you started hiding, you started wearing baggy clothes, no photos, skip the things you used to say yes to. For example, with me, I would always love going to dinner with my friends, and I started saying no to that subconsciously because I just didn't want to ruin my gains. I stopped wanting to take pictures. It was a whole bunch of stuff. And if you'd restart every few weeks, sure that this time you would finally stick, and then watch yourself quit again and again. And the confidence you were trying to build, it just slowly gets drained due to all the times you broke that promise with yourself. And what in reality is missing is a flexible way of eating built around the food that you actually enjoy. There's no restriction, not feeling guilty for going out to eat with your friends or whatever the case may be, or traveling, because life will happen. You're gonna want to go out with your friends, get that drink, whatever the case may be, but you do not want to feel guilty about it afterwards. And a real training structure designed to build shape and not just burn calories, because if you're just burning calories, you're gonna see it on the scale, but you're not gonna see it in the mirror. Your body is not gonna replicate the scale, and the scale is not always right. And awareness behind your choices instead of the willpower you were told you. And you want to have the awareness behind your choices and a way to actually become the person you're capable of being, and not just chasing after it. So the way I'm going about it, and my philosophy with the fitness journey, isn't the ordinary. It's not just chasing after a perfect body. You're not just starting a diet. You're going to completely transform your entire life around. So we're going to elevate your entire life. You're going to become the best new version of yourself, and someone that eats, carries themselves like the person you want to be, with confidence. And overall, this will leak over to making more money, going after your dreams, because you are actually confident in yourself and you build the discipline through this structure. So the system that we will be going through is by 3 phases. Phase one will be reconnect. Most people run on autopilot, the same choices, same results, just living on repeat. And that's the first thing we're going to change. You start seeing every choice, every story you tell yourself, every I'll start Monday. And the training, nutrition, and mindset become the vehicle, not another thing to fail at. This phase feels good by design. Momentum is the highest it's ever been at the very start, and that's how we're going to use the momentum to just push right into phase two, which we're going to call the push through. This is where it gets real. You're going to start getting those cravings, the motivation's going to dip, and the old self-doubt is going to creep back in. Like, it's going to happen, and it's very natural, and you need to understand that. And this is where your old identity fights to pull you back to who you were. This is the exact moment most people quit and start over and have to reinvent themselves all over again. But I'm going to be right there with you. Most coaches disappear after giving you the plan, but this is where I'm going to be right by your side all the time, and we're going to push through together so you're strong, confident, and just become the best version of yourself through the pain that you go through. And rebuild for good is phase three. The old identity is completely behind you. Now we're going to lock in the new one who will be with you forever. It's going to be built around flexible nutrition, around food that you love, real strength training that builds the shape you are looking for, strong and confident, and built to last. And it doesn't just stay in the gym. It rises into how you carry yourself, your confidence, and your entire life. So, this is what it's going to look like. These are some examples. You'll have your daily nutrition goals, active recovery. You can put your weight in every day, get your steps in. These are like your daily habits, what you're trying to do. Stay hydrated. You're going to have like by the days. And don't worry if you don't know certain exercises because they come with videos. And yeah, so you'll see here like more videos, whatever goals you have for that day. You can put whether it's your trying to stay consistent with your vitamins, get consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep, how many calories you're trying to eat. We are, like I said, this is more than just fitness. This is going to create the freedom in your life to have good habits that leak into every aspect of your life, whether it's getting more money, starting your business, whatever the case may be, being a better parent, like whatever it is, you're going to become the best version of yourself, and I am making sure of that. And also, it has like the ingredients for food, so you won't ever just be questioning and guessing. You can go buy what you would like. You're going to have a full menu, and it'll show you how to cook it as well. And we'll go weekly in-depth check-in forms to see how you're doing, making sure everything is going smooth. And we'll also have weekly one-on-one calls, and I will consistently be checking in through text messages during the week. So if you ever have any questions, you can contact me and I will respond as soon as I see the message. And we're also going to do weekly progress photos, right? So obviously you want to see your progress, and the more progress photos we take over time, you are going to build the confidence in yourself because you are going to see the progress in real time. Like, that's what happened with me. I was consistently taking progress photos, and every time I would take one, I would see a small difference, which led to more motivation and discipline to want to keep going. And like I said, the daily goals and the habits list, that helps a lot because you also want to build a structure outside of the gym, like I was saying. So, what this call is going to be about when we hop on the phone, it isn't just going to be a. So, what this phone call is going to be once we hop on the phone and you're done watching this video, this isn't a sales pitch. It is a conversation to know where you are currently at in your situation and where you want to be at the end of this program, and whether the rebuild method is the right way to get you there or if it's not. Because at the end of the day, it needs to fit, and if it does, we are going to get you there. But before we talk, please show up in a quiet place, no distractions, an open mind, your card on hand, so if it fits, nothing slows you down. If we find that this is the right fit for you, you can start becoming that person immediately and not on just another Monday, not after the holidays, this exact day. This is the part where you stop chasing the person you keep picturing in your head and you actually start becoming them and you actually start taking action. Okay, so what will happen after you join is this isn't just a here's your plan, good luck, see you later. We are going to start with 2 calls before you actually get started with the full structured program. So call 1 will be your blueprint. We go deep on your history, your injuries, your schedule, the way you actually live, and then we will build your training and nutrition around your real life. Not a generic template, not a copy and paste. This is a personalized schedule for you to become the best version of yourself. So, call 2 will be your roadmap. This will be, I have created everything for you already, and I will walk you through everything exactly how it works, how we track it, and what the first month together will look like. You'll leave knowing precisely what to do and what to expect. From there, you're never guessing and you will never be doing anything alone. You will have my personal cell phone number and you can call me, text me, anything question what related, and I will answer as soon as I see the message. And don't ever feel like you can't, because I'm here to assist you, I'm here to help you, and I'm going to get you to be the best version of yourself possible. So I appreciate you watching this video. We'll hop on the call soon. And yeah, see you.